Fala galera da Ag Fight Diego Ribas, direto de Las Vegas, numa conexão especial com Boston. Deixa o seu like, se inscreve no canal, dê essa moral pra gente. Omalley, thank you for your time. How are you, sir?
Doing good. It's Thursday, so we're getting a little bit closer to the game time.
Yeah, thank you very much for your patience. Thank you very much for your time. Sure. Before talking about the fight, I was watching a podcast and you were talking about how kind of important was watching Connor because other than fighter, he was entertaining outside of the cage. And how was that for you? Uh, did you learn? Did you have to learn something? Did you have to improve something to be entertaining out of the cage? Was hard? Was natural for you?
Yeah, it's just been natural. I don't really feel like I try to do anything that's like, oh, this will be, super entertaining. I think just being myself. I think Connor's just himself. He's just that crazy kind of character, and that just, seeing him just be himself, was like, oh, okay, people like that. Some people are themselves, but they're just boring people. I fortunately the fans don't see it like that. So yeah, I'm just myself, and people like that.
Yes, people like you. I can see that. I was there when you got the contract on Contender Series, and you have been improving so much. Um, Talking about Sterling right now, do you see him as an entertainer fighter out of the cage?
Personally, not really. Like I don't really watch most of his stuff, but I also don't really watch any fighter stuff. There's really no one that's like super crazy entertaining to me. I think Izzy does a good job. Obviously, Connor, he's next level. But yeah, there's not really anyone that stands out right now to me.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about the fight first. Sterling, you're fighting Aljamin Sterling. I was checking the one of the last interviews that I saw from you. You were saying good stuff about him, how good he is as a fighter. But you guys still have the rivalry. You still have a bad blood between you guys, right? Do you like him? How did it start?
It's as simple as he's the champ. He has what I want. He's got the belt. He's the next guy. I got to go out there and knock out. That it's as simple as that. There's no, I don't hate the guy. He's doing his thing. He's doing his own path. He's got my belt. That's it.
Whoever would be there in that position with the belt would be the same for you, right?
100%.
Perfect. Uh, okay, his last victory, you went to the cage. You guys have this face off. A lot of people were saying that was you guys got closer, too much closer. Shouldn't be like that. Personally, I like it. I thought it was a good way to promote this fight. When you look back, what did you think about? Would have changed something? Was just a promotional? What do you think about it?
No, it just happened. Whatever happened, happened. It happened in the moment. There was nothing. It was just that's the next dude I'm fighting. They asked me to go in the cage, and that it was. That just happened.
And you got the jacket back, right, from around.
Of course, I got the jacket back.
Nice. Uh, you against Aljamin Sterling looks like the kind of the classic grappler versus a striker. How do you prepare yourself mentally for a fight like that? Like one mistake, if he makes one mistake, you can knock him out. If you make one mistake, he's going to be able to take you down. How do you prepare mentally for a fight like that?
Just don't let him take me down. That's the only thing going through my mind right now is don't let this dude grab me. It's as simple as that for me. Just not overthink it. It's I know how to fight. We're getting in a fist fight. His game plan is take me down. My game plan is stand up, knock him out. I just got to implement mine.
You have to change something in your training camp for that, like different training partners or something different.
Not really. I mean, we train with really, really, really high level guys, good guys, all the time, all year round. Even if I'm not in camp, I'm still always working on my grappling. So it wasn't, it was just really another training camp.
Okay. Controlling the center of the cage. Does it make sense if I say that it is fair enough to say controlling the center of the cage is one of the most important thing in this kind of fight?
Yes, I mean, ideally, you have control the center of the cage, but he does pressure kind of spastic. So, also making sure I'm moving on my feet, juking back and forth, not getting pressed up against the cage, circling. But yeah, ideally being in the center of the cage is where I want to be.
Do you have any prediction for this fight?
I predict I sleep him. That's every time I get asked any fight ever, I will say the same thing. I predict I knock them out. So yeah, I sleep this dude.
Okay. Like I said before, I was there when you got the contract with UFC Contender Series. It was here in Vegas actually, and you have been proving so much as a fighter, and you are just 28 years old, if I'm not wrong, right?
Correct.
And I would say that you're not even in your prime physically, right?
I would agree.
So where can you get? I mean, the future looks amazing for you. What can you when you? Of course, I know you have a fight Saturday, but when you look to your future, what else do you want other than the belt? Because there's a lot of options for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing really on my mind, obviously, is Aljamain bantamweight title. I'd like to get the bantamweight title, and then someday in the future, move up to 145, do the champ thing, and then massive fights after that.
Massive fights looks like you are on the path to do that. And I would like to ask you about your reach, your because you look like you're the tallest, if not the tallest, one of the tallest guy in this division. If you move up to 145, maybe you're not going to be the tallest one. How would that affect your fighting style?
I think I'm faster. I think speed is king. Well, cardio and speed are king. So I think, yeah, speed. I'll still be, even at 145, I'm pretty much, I'm pretty much taller than most of the 45ers too. There's a couple guys, like Max, and there's a couple guys that are my height. But for the most part, I still got reach at 145.
Yeah, when you look like as a fan, when I look to you or when John Jones was fighting in 205, and I see those guys like Israel Easy, for example, not the muscle because back those days, oh, when you see like a muscle guy, oh, he's amazing. But you guys
Yeah.
don't have this frame, but so muscle doesn't mean like precision beats, like Connor say, like precision beats power, right?
Yep. Yep. 100%.
Sweet. One question I have for you, Omalley. I would like to see your hair. Like the hair thing is something very. All the fans when they talk about you is like, when did it start? For every fight, you change your hair color. You have something special for this fight. What's the motivation for each fight?
Yeah, it's just kind of random. I mean, I only get to fight a couple times a year, so change my hair up a couple times a year, and each fight's a big deal. So we go all out, and yeah, it started when I fought Eddie Wineland, and every fight since has been something different.
And how do you choose the colors?
Just random. I have a Sweet Sweat collab right now, so the packaging and the Sweet Sweat packaging is these colors. So that's what we're doing this one. But yeah, it's usually just random.
Okay, I like that on you. Okay, by the way. My last question, O'Malley. I was watching your media day yesterday, and you were talking about managers. We have a lot of like you were saying that we have a lot of managers that nowadays they just bring the fighters to UFC and they don't do a really good job with them. Why? Why we were saying that? Did you have any issue with some manager at the beginning of your career?
Yeah, I can't really get too much into that. So I can't really speak on that too much. But yeah,
Yeah, but did you see some? I mean, not going too much too deep in your case, but do you see that happening with other fighters?
yeah, pretty much everyone in the UFC for the most part. But yeah.
And if you could have give one advice for new fighters that just got in the UFC, what they should do?
Well, if they already just got in the UFC, they probably already signed a contract with one of the managers, and it's not very favorable for them. So just making sure you look over your contracts.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on the full screen, and if you can, please just send a message for your Brazilian fans. They're going to watch UFC 292 Saturday night.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, thank you to all the Brazilian fans out there watching the Sugar Show win the belt, UFC 292.